Everyone wants to display or send the right message to the right person at the right time, but doing so in real time with all the data that you need can be pretty tough. That's why at GrowthLoop, we've created a real-time personalization layer to combine the comprehensiveness of your enterprise data in the cloud warehouse with latency in the milliseconds so you can react to customer behavior as it happens. We'll take a look at a couple of examples in the platform before we jump over to see how they actually function in the context of an online store. In this case, we have a journey that's being kicked off whenever GrowthLoop reads that a checkout created event has been published to an event queue, and we immediately trigger an email to that user. Maybe we're a service-oriented brand, and we want to make sure that person is supported throughout their entire interaction with us. And in this next case, we also kick this journey off based on the same checkout created event, but in this case, we are writing different discount values to our personalization profile for this user because we don't want to provide excessive discounts to people who might only be purchasing orders of a low dollar value. So let's see how these actually work. If I jump over to the homepage of this website, you can see that there's this content here promoting recipes because we don't necessarily always want to push products, but maybe I as a user am really interested in this really fancy olive oil and I need to stock up. So I'll add a few bottles to my cart, access the checkout process, and at this point, that event is triggered to that event queue. And according to that first journey we looked at, you can see that within seconds, an email is triggered to my inbox. You can also see that I've had the email personalized with some dynamic variables like my first name, which can also be configured in the GrowthLoop Journey Builder. Now for that next journey, let's say that instead of going over to my email, I happen to navigate back around through the site, getting distracted from that checkout process. And now when I scroll down on the homepage, we see that we have overridden that prior content promoting the recipes. And now instead, we're reacting based on that value that was written to the personalization profile based on the fact that my checkout cart value was greater than $200. Again, the idea here being that we want to promote same-session personalization, so we're not just relying on batch values and updating the web or app experience, but making sure that we're taking behaviors in the moment into account and being as engaging as possible. So with more relevant and value-driven content like this, customers get what they need faster, and you make significant progress towards the business metrics that matter the most for you.